Sebastian Vendel-Martinez, MMAnytt, here with Gunnar Nelson for UFC Fight Night London, Gustafsson versus Manuwa. So Gunnar, you're back here in London, fighting again for the third time. You're come a bit into your UFC career now. How do you feel you're doing now?
Feel very well. I'm very confident, and it's been a while since I've been in the cage. It's been over a year now, so I'm very happy to be back.
Yeah, you're coming off of an injury. You were set to fight in Las Vegas, but had to decline. But could you just sort of go over the injury, what happened, and what the recovery process has been like?
Yeah, I injured my right knee meniscus, and it took me about 3 months to get back in training fully, and then I took about a year now, as we said before, and I think that's important because it's been about a year since I had the injury, and then it's just maybe a few months ago, 3-4 months ago, that it's felt and relaxedly felt that there's no difference. There's no difference between how it was before, and it's probably even stronger. It's probably even more aware, of movements now.
Yeah, some fighters say sometimes that an injury, but the whole process, not only the physical process, but also the mental process of sort of focusing on different things, the mental aspects, that can help out a lot. Is that something you've done as well? Sort of done mental training during this time?
Well, the time off is I've appreciated the time off because I've been able to focus on a little bit different things. It's been, I guess, less pressure on you because you're not about to fight, and so you've been able to maybe work on new things, that would have been more difficult to see if it was a fight just coming up, just around the corner. So it's been very good for me.
Now, your last fight was at the last UFC event in London, where you beat George Santiago. It's been a while since that fight. Have you had time to watch that fight and evaluate your performance?
Yeah, I watched that fight a while ago. I was very happy that to get the experience and go all 3 rounds like I did in my very first fight. Santiago is very tough. He didn't do too many mistakes on the ground. We spent a lot of time on the feet. Both got tired, and it was a very good experience. I enjoyed fighting Santiago.
What adjustments do you feel that you needed to make from that, or sort of are there any problems that you feel you needed to correct after that performance?
Oh yeah, there's always problems. There's always problems. There's always things you have to work on, and weaknesses that you're working on, and I like to keep it that way.
Anything in particular about you felt, okay, I need to polish that a little bit?
Loads of things, to be honest. It's just becoming more aware and more fluent at every little situations, every basic situations that are happening, and on the feet as on the ground as well. So there's nothing really, no one situation comes in my mind. It's basically, it's all see things for what they are and then react.
Well, now you're going to face Russian Omari Akhmedov, who's coming off a knockout win in his debut. How do you see him as an opponent, and did you see his first fight in the UFC?
Yeah, I saw his first fight, and he looked good. He almost got knocked out, and then he recovered really well, and knocked your man out in the first round, I think. Yeah. He's a very powerful guy. He swings his hands with a lot of power, and that showed in his last fight, obviously, and many of his others as well. That if he's able to connect in his way, then it's problems, So, and both hands, he's power in both hands. He's, like I say, he's a bit wild, and he's a bit awkward with his timing. So all this is something to consider. And but I think his style is he's sambo, but he's a little bit different, you know. He has a little bit different energy to him when I watch him anyway. I guess we'll just see when I get in there, and that's how I like it to be, you know. I like to keep it open until I get in there, and then I'll figure out what he's like and what I have to do.
What do you feel your biggest advantage is over him, or your biggest strength in matching up your styles?
John Kavanagh, my coach, put it pretty well, that he said he's on the ground, he would be quick and explosive and you know, kind of more of a hard style, whereas my style on the ground would be a little bit more smooth, and you can use that, you know. You can, like Bruce Lee would say, you know, be water around the rock. So I think that might be a little bit of what you're gonna see on Saturday.
As you mentioned, this will be as 300 fans from Iceland coming to see you. How big are you in Iceland? Are you a superstar there?
Well, Iceland's very small. It's easy to be a superstar in Iceland. So I think most people know me by now back home.
Okay, well, I think the fans here and at home are all both looking forward to see the fight. This is Vendel-Martinez, MMAnytt here with Gunnar Nelson, who faces Omari Akhmedov at UFC Fight Night, Gustafsson versus Manuwa. Thank you very much for your time and good luck in the fight.